Either the world is blind or it's racist. We are going over in this situation over 70 years. We didn't find them standing for the human rights like they stand for the Ukraine. The double standards must stop, must finish. I want to ask anybody a question. Like, if in any country around the world, a military or a police raided a church or a synagogue, how the reaction will be? Why it's normal for the Palestinians, for such a holy place to be raided by the soldiers and inside shooting rubber bullets and tear gas and sound bombs and beating the people badly on the carpets of the mosque itself? In which country this has happened? And why it will be looks like this is normal, and to accept the argument that this is like fighting the troublemakers. Who's the troublemakers? The troublemakers who standing on the gates of Al-Aqsa, they are harassing the people. I wonder how can anybody accept this without the soldiers and the military being invading and doing all this? Why the people will react? All what the people is trying to defend themselves, to defend their place, because all what Israel wants in this very holy month in Ramadan, they want to evacuate it and to allow the settlers and the Jewish settlers to go inside and to do their worshipping inside, which must not happen. This is not their place to worship in. It is the third most holiest place for the Islamic world in general. They are provoking all these people by doing this.
I am also directing the State Department to begin preparation to move the American embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem.
When Trump came to the power, and he started with the Israeli government trying to liquidate Palestine. And they start mainly with moving the American embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem and recognizing the sovereignty of Israel on Jerusalem itself. This is complicated also the whole issue, because like this Israeli governments, like they take a kind of a legitimacy from the United States to continue their attack on the people in Al-Aqsa and in Jerusalem as well. And they accelerate their ethnic cleansing planning that they are doing, and also the intensify the invasions on the Al-Aqsa itself. So it became invaded by Knesset members, parliamentarians, by officials, by police, by soldiers. They're training from their settlers, fanatic societies. They start organizing big groups to Al-Aqsa. So every day they have a program of every day invading to Al-Aqsa. They want to make it like a de facto situation where they have the right to go to Al-Aqsa. They think that they can force the Palestinians to surrender and to accept the occupation, to accept the apartheid system, to accept the Israel controlling of their life, to accept the slavery that they are forcing on us. We are not going to accept this. Palestinians not going to accept that. They didn't accept it 70 years ago, and they will not accept it today. We signed Oslo, and we think that's going to bring for us a peace. It's brought us one of the worst colonial apartheid system because of the international community silence, because nobody wants to put Israel accountable for all the crimes that they are doing. People here have a real worry about their holy place. And Al-Aqsa and Jerusalem for the Palestinians is something that can't be tolerant. This is a kind of a national responsibility, personal responsibility, and international responsibility. Also, cultural heritage responsibility to keep the identity of the city as it is, not to be Judaized and to erase the whole history of the city. That's what they want. And these fanatic settlers, they are very dangerous. There's no law that's controlling them. It shows you how much Israel is a very racist state. When it has a double law, a law that can, for a Palestinian kid, 13 years who throw a stone, he can go for 2 years in jail, and the settler who can kill a Palestinian and he go home without any question. So people must wake up, and the world must wake up. Double standards with the human rights, it can't work. Lately, the major human rights organizations around the world has been talking openly. They were saying that this is beyond occupation, it's an apartheid. And if for the world, they still remember what does it mean apartheid, if they still remember what was happening in South Africa, they should stand up. And this must wake they're conscious that apartheid in South Africa is not accepted, also in Palestine shouldn't be accepted.